right, we are live on YouTube, and tonight we're going to be discussing why no one is watching your YouTube videos. I'm also going to be running another general subscriber hangout where you can ask any questions in the chat regarding any of your business or personal needs or even any of your YouTube needs, because I am also YouTube certified. So stick around for all that and much, much more that's coming right up. Live from Northern California, welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. And if this is your first time here, and most importantly, you are open to suggestions and change, please consider subscribing and then banging that bell. And after you bang that bell, when that pop-up box pops up, make sure you select all notifications, because that way you won't miss a single thing. You will not miss anything when it comes to getting a better grip on your life. And also make sure on your smartphone, your tablet, your iPhone, your Android, or anywhere that you have the YouTube app installed on, you must also make sure that the YouTube app is set to receive those notifications at a device level. You do all of that, and you're good to go. You're all set to go. Queen Helen Casey says, I love the background. Hey, Queen, real quick, I adjusted my audio settings again. I had my volume a little bit too low on my microphone, or my gain a little bit too low on my microphone. And I want to make sure that you can hear me loud and clear, and there's no clipping, no glitches, no nothing. Sound check and video check, Queen Helen Casey. Queen Helen Casey. I didn't get a chance to iron the collar of this shirt. Okay. Got to look good on camera, don't you? Got to look good on camera, right? Oh, man. So the sound should be coming through at a nice even level, regardless of where I'm at. I've been really working hard to tweak my audio and video settings. I can hear you good, says Queen Helen Casey. All right. Good to go. Good to go. That's great to hear, Queen. All right. Welcome to the show, everyone. Welcome to the show. Today's been quite a busy day for me regarding my my day job. Mondays are typically the busiest day, and I didn't get to YouTube stuff until later on this afternoon, or earlier this afternoon, which is what I'm trying to say, and later this evening. So my apologies to everyone I haven't responded to yet regarding private messages, emails, and all that. I'll respond to people later tonight and tomorrow. You know, sometimes that happens. And, you know, when you're making a transition from one career to another, you're going to be working both sides. And you've got to focus more of your time on what's currently paying your bills, because if you don't, then you're going to be homeless, right? And we don't want that happening to anyone. So that's why you folks have not heard much from me today, and I'm just getting to YouTube things right now. And I decided to do this stream because I was really thinking about, you know, what can I do to further provide value to my current audience? And my current audience right now primarily consists of small YouTubers looking to grow their channels. Now, I do help, you know, anyone and everyone in regarding the general public. You know, I help people with their business and personal needs. I can't even talk. Oh my God. I think I need a little more sleep as well. My sleeping pattern's still off because I've been just so busy with so many aspects. But I do help people with their business and personal needs as well. Dating, relationships, marriages, business and finance topics. And then, like I said, you know, I'm also YouTube certified. I help people, you know, grow their YouTube channels and get a better understanding of how the YouTube platform works, and how to get monetized and stay monetized. Anyway, so let's see here. All right, we got 21 in the box to start things off here. And Queen Helen Casey, how are you doing? Queen Helen Casey, once again, I like the background. I can hear you good. That is great. That is great. I'm sure more and more people will be joining the show as the show goes on because I put this together at the very last minute. And if you don't get a chance to watch this live, then the replay is going to be well worth the view, because tonight I'm going to be discussing the most crucial topic that hinders the success of a small YouTuber, a new YouTuber, or an up-and-coming YouTuber. And, you know, how do I say this the right way here? How do I say this the right way? There are many reasons why people are not watching your YouTube videos. But one of the major reasons is what I put on my thumbnail: major snooze fest. And I say this with lots of love and no disrespect to anyone out there. The number one reason why you're not growing your channel, you're not getting people to consistently come to your live streams or view your videos, is because you are a major snooze fest. Think about it. Put yourself in your own shoes when you watch other videos. What videos do you like to watch? Do you like to watch boring videos, or do you like to watch interesting videos that are entertaining or teach you something, or a combination of both, like what I do over here? What I do over here is I entertain people while throwing down truth bombs. One more time. Over here on Coach Eli's A Grip on Life channel, we entertain people while throwing down truth bombs. And that's the best way to do it, because you're teaching people something new that they want to learn, and you're also entertaining them and keeping them awake. You're not boring. And there are many things that I'm going to share with you folks tonight that are going to, help you further your success, as long as you start practicing the tips I share and stay consistent with them. And for most of you out there, it's going to take a little bit of work, because, most people are shy or timid, especially if you're introverted. It's going to take you a lot longer to step out of your comfort zone to be able to do this. But until you step out of your comfort zone and start doing the tips that I share here tonight, it's going to hinder your success as a YouTuber. Because again, people are going to be bored by you, and they're going to consider you a major snooze fest. So that's that. I'm not here to bash anybody. I'm not here to tell anyone that they suck. To be honest with you, I don't really think anybody sucks, because everyone has something unique to bring to the table. But the reason why people will come out and say you suck is because you have great stuff to share with the world, right? You have a purpose and a passion to share something with the world. You just don't know how to deliver it properly or express it properly. And there are many different ways you can express yourself. You can be like me, amped up, charged up, fired up with energy and passion, and people can feel, that I'm passionate about what I do. And when I talk about subjects, people can feel it. They can see it in my eyes. They can see it in my expressions, right? Or you could be, here's an example of what a snooze fest, boring YouTuber would be like. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube. I'm so glad you could all join me here tonight. I really, really appreciate the fact that you're all here. I have a lot of love for you all. I really care about each and every one of you deeply. Now, that's putting you to sleep, right? But when I start out my shows and say, live from Northern California, welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference there? The first example that I gave is a snooze fest. It's putting you to sleep. in essence, I said the same thing or close to the same thing, but in two different ways. The first example I gave was me speaking with a low monotone voice and not showing any facial expressions or expressions with my hand or hands, and I was stiff and still. But when I move around with my body and I'm like, welcome to navigating the modern world with Coach Eli, right? You feel it, you see it, and you can tell that I really enjoy what I'm doing. So that is the first step to gaining more traction on your channel. You have to emotionally connect with your audience. You have to allow them to feel what you're feeling. Okay? That's how I want to start off the show here tonight. Queen Helen Casey shares the emoji with the middle finger, F you troll. Yeah, you know, Queen, you know who that troll is, right? We're not going to give him any notoriety, but he doesn't affect me. He's the dude that's going to prison soon. You know who that is, right, Queen? Let me briefly mention something about my trolls and haters I haven't mentioned in a while. I'm not going to mention any names. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but like I've told everyone lately, for the last week and a half or so, I've been completely ignoring these people. And they continue to make content on me. And the reason I know that is other people behind the scenes are telling me. They're even sharing links with me. But I'm not watching the content because it's the same old boring thing. It's the same old shit, different day, right? Okay? But here's the message I want to send out to some of the trolls out there, especially the ones that are thumbing me down, which we know it's the guy that's going to prison that's thumbing me down. And he's also coming in here and creating stock accounts that it doesn't even faze me anymore. It's not a big deal. I mean, you're actually entertaining Queen Helen Casey because you're giving her a job to do, to use that mod wrench that she rightfully earned, right? And when Queen Helen Casey's here, like no one stands a chance with Queen Helen Casey, right? So my question to you trolls and haters out there, when is enough enough? Like, seriously, I'm not feeding into any of you. Right now, I don't consider this feeding into you. Right now, I'm just stating a fact that I'm not feeding into you, but you, and it's the guys primarily, not even the women. You guys continue to try to get at me in any way possible. Like, you folks so desperately want me to engage back with you folks because you folks have no content without me. In essence, you guys are a major snooze fest, like the topic of the stream says, without me, right? I bring the value to what you folks offer to your audiences. Without me, you're nothing. And I'm not trying to sit here and say I'm all that, because I'm not. I'm a humble person. I have a lot of humility deep within me. But I have to ask you guys, when is enough going to be enough? You guys are grown-ass men in your 30s and 40s. And again, you're behaving like 2-year-old little girls. It's like your life is so boring and unfulfilled that you need me to fulfill it. Now, if you want to be a part of my channel and enjoy my actual purpose of being out here on YouTube, which is coaching people, that's great. But if you're going to continue to troll when I'm not feeding into you guys or responding to anything that you guys are saying, right now, this is another example purpose here. I'm just sharing with you folks what you go through as a YouTuber. Like, sometimes you may feed into trolls for a little while and have this back and forth, right? And then you realize it's not worth it. So you back off like I did, and these people keep coming. And it just goes to show that they're desperate and hungry for my attention because they have no other value to provide their audiences without me. Now, what I will say to you folks out there, you know who you are. I don't need to mention your names. If you have other content besides me, then why do you keep talking about me each and every day? Again, I'm not watching your stuff, but people behind the scenes are telling me they keep talking about you. They keep telling me it's bizarre. You don't even talk about them. You don't feed into anything they're doing, and they continue to talk about you, and they continue to do things to try to get you to re-engage, and it's just not going to happen. So when is enough enough? You know? I was told there was a stream that happened yesterday regarding one of my trolls and haters that was removed because apparently this particular creator was saying that I'm his entire content. Now, I was going to go back and actually watch part of that show out of curiosity to hear what this person said, but that stream is not available. I was also told some other things happened on that stream, which is probably why this person removed it or put it to private. But quite frankly, I really don't care. I really don't care. But when I heard the fact that this particular creator admitted live on the air to his audience that I'm his entire content, I'm like, wow. I haven't heard it. I didn't hear it with my own 2 ears and see it with my own 2 eyes. But I have some very trustworthy sources behind the scenes that make me aware of this stuff. And it's just sad. I mean, it saddens me that, these trolls and haters just need this to survive on and off of YouTube. Some of them do it just for, the attention that they're lacking within their personal life. Others do it because they make money off this cringy content. But again, I'm not feeding into it. Right now, I'm just using this for example purposes because I'm laughing my ass off. I'm literally laughing hysterically the longer they keep trying to reel me back in. And I'm not going to talk about everything they've done. The people behind the scenes have sent me all the information, and I've briefly looked at it. I've been just way too busy to really take a deep dive into trollish stuff lately. But, seeing their desperation to try to get me to engage back in regarding stuff that I guess they're saying about me, which is nothing new, it's sad to me. Again, it's sad. And to the people out there that are watching these people that continuously talk about me, and maybe some of you are here right now, maybe some of you will catch the replay, I don't know. Like, seriously, when you get bored of the fact that I'm not feeding in to these creators you're following that actually continues to that continue to talk about me each and every day, when again I'm not feeding into it. When is enough going to be enough? When are you folks going to get tired of it and bored of it? So it's an honest question. And if you never get bored of it, in essence, what you're saying is that you all can't live without me. You need me to feed into these people that you follow for entertainment purposes, right? It's almost like you folks are addicted to me like a drug. You need me to continue doing what I used to do to try to combat these trolls and haters, which in turn these trolls and haters would, take anything I would say and completely do a 180 on it and spin their own narrative and give you folks entertainment. Like, am I the only person that entertains you folks? I'm just asking some legitimate questions, because it's funny to me that all these people that follow these creators and including these creators, are in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. These are grown-ass people. Like, I'll tell you honestly, even young kids that are naturally and normally immature at that age would be bored of this by now. So I don't know. This whole thing just does not make sense to me. You know, maybe I really don't understand the behavior of a sociopath and a psychopath, but I'm just going to chalk it up to that and move forward with the show here. I was just curious. Just wanted to put it out there. You know, it's funny to me. It's absolutely funny to me. Sorry, I got to readjust my wire on my shirt here. All right, so let's get to the topic here tonight, folks. We have 32 in the box. Thank you so much for being here. Tonight's topic is why no one is watching your videos, plus Ask Coach Eli Anything, general subscriber hangout number 58. If you have any questions regarding your business or personal needs or YouTube questions while I discuss the topic, and also go through another blog that I have another good blog to go through here tonight, folks, regarding this topic. I'll get to that in a second. And please put your questions in the chat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by reading this blog, and then when I get to the end of the blog, I'll see if there are any questions. If there aren't any questions, I will end the show shortly after that, and I'll keep this stream short. If there are people that do have questions, or if anyone wants to pop on the Google Hangout panel for a little bit and share their thoughts live on the air, I'll run the show for a second hour. But, you know, if nobody has any questions or no one wants to come on, this show will be, you know, an hour and 15 minutes long. All right. So let me go ahead and switch over to the browser source. And the title of this blog is 7 Reasons Why No One is Watching Your Content. Written by Amanda Zantal Wiener. That's her name. You can't see it on the screen. Well, can you see it there? Oh, yeah, you can see the end of it. I have it cropped out for the blog posting part. So that way you folks can see it easier. Hey, Morris W. Green TV, how are you doing? Welcome to the show. Morris W. Green TV is legitimate. Queen Helen Casey, he's from the Growth Stream community. Hey, nice to see you here, man. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to the show. Awesome. Give me a second here. How some people just can't let things go. You know, I'm looking at some deleted messages in the chat from trolls that are coming in that Queen's banning on the spot. I mean, I got to be honest with you guys. You guys are the most preposterous group of men I've ever met. You guys are so insecure and so ridiculous. You guys are a lame-ass excuse of being a man. And I'm really saddened by this. I am. I'm saddened by the behavior of these people. And it really bothers me. It doesn't bother me that they're trolling, and I'm over that. What I'm saying is that it bothers me in general that many men out there today in today's modern world, I'll get back on the topic in a second, but this is just, I'm very passionate about this, folks. And I guess what I'm trying to say is this. Why can't these dudes that keep coming at me and trolling me just say, look, we had fun. Look, man, we know you want to move on and run your channel, and we want to move on to, let's make a peace and let's just stick to it, right? Why can't you guys take the mature approach? But you got to continue to come onto my channel and project your insecurities onto myself. That's what you're doing. And the reason why you hate me is because of the fact that you're very insecure. You are. And you don't really hate me per se. You hate yourself because you know I'm right when I say you're insecure, and you're projecting your insecurities onto me. So if you want to keep on coming back into my live stream chats and projecting your insecurities, Queen Helen Casey will continue to ban you. And we'll have a laugh at your expense. And that'll only further prove how much of a weak man and beta male and feminized male you are. Come on, guys, grow the hell up, man. Seriously. I'm not triggered at all. I'm just stating the facts. That's all I've ever done. But the fact that many of you still follow me when I've, pushed you off my radar, it shows to me that you guys can't live without me. Like, you guys love me. And that's great. I appreciate it. But I can't have you chatting here or getting involved in my community if all you're ever going to do is project your insecurities onto me, because that's not real. You just don't love yourself. It's bottom line. I don't give a crap what anyone thinks, LOL, but I respect you all. Well, that's great. That's great, Morris W. Green TV. How's your night going tonight? All right, let's get to this blog here. All right. Let me scroll down a little bit and make sure that it's on the screen there. You folks can see it clearly. Queen Morris W. Green TV, can you see the screen clearly there, the text clearly? Let me know. I'm going to start going through this right now. You did it. You finally produced and posted your first series of marketing videos. You wrote the scripts, filmed them, edited them, and uploaded them to an online platform. Let's call it YouTube, for example, the greatest video platform ever created. All that's left to do is sit back, relax, and watch the views roll in. Funny story, right? Okay. Before I worked at HubSpot, when I created my very first series of marketing videos, I was stumped, befuddled, frustrated. Here I had a collection of what I thought were great examples of visual content, and yet no one was watching them. Where did I go wrong? If I only knew then what I knew now. Man, if I only knew 3.5 years ago what I know now about YouTube, I may be at 100K subs right now or more. I would have never fed in these trolls in the first place. I wouldn't have wasted 3 years trying to figure this out. I would be doing what I'm doing now. But hey, things happen and you learn from your mistakes and you move forward. My absence of views problem was one that many marketers seem to face, which is why we decided to make a list of the most common factors that keep viewers away. Read on and bookmark them for reference when you're formulating your next video content strategy. Okay, so why no one is watching your videos? They're too long. Let me read what the author of the blog said, and then I'll put my spin on it. It seems like we're past the point of requiring evidence that supports the dwindling human attention span. Yeah, I was talking about that yesterday. The human attention span is like even less than 2 seconds now. But just in case, studies say it is about 8 seconds. But I wish it was 8 seconds still. When was this blog written? When was it written? Does it even say? It doesn't say. I'll have to go find it later. On top of that, roughly 2/3 of consumers prefer video under 1 minute. So in some, keep it short. I'll never forget what HubSpot CEO Brian Halligan said to me during a chat about content creation. You're asking to borrow someone's brain. When you ask someone to borrow anything, the considerate thing to do is to be respectful of that person's time and when they might need it back. Generally, we need our brains. So when you create something like video content, remember that you have your viewer's brain on loan. That's a good way to look at it, actually. That's not to say that your video needs to be limited to 8 seconds. Well, yeah, that wouldn't get your purpose out there. I can't get my purpose out there in 8 seconds. After all, how much could you possibly say in that amount of time? Yeah, I was just saying that in different words, absolutely. But when you create it, make sure those first few seconds are highly engaging, as that's when you'll need to grab the viewer's attention and maintain it. That is called the hook. Whenever you start off your videos, okay? So today I'm going to be talking about blah, 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 blah. So stick around. That's coming right up. Boom. And then you play your bumper for 10 to 15 seconds, a short musical bumper that has your logo and your brand. And then boom. Hi, everyone. Elias Melas here, but you can call me Coach Eli. And today we're going to be discussing about this. So let's get right to it, right? Now, when I do my live streams here, folks, my live streams are longer because when you're doing live streams, you have an audience and you're engaging with the audience back and forth, right? But when you're doing pre-recorded videos, this is where this more so comes into play. When you're doing pre-recorded videos, you have to find the sweet spot regarding, you have to find the sweet spot based on the nature of the video, is what I'm trying to say. Because if you're, sharing a tutorial on how to repair a certain type of laptop, right? A specific brand and model number of a laptop, you can't do that in 8 seconds. You can't do that in 5 minutes, but you can do it in maybe 20 to 30 minutes. And you're going to actually have an audience that's going to watch that video for 20 to 30 minutes, okay? And then they're going to go back and they're going to look at your video from a separate device while they're repairing their laptop. So they're going to go back and scrub through that video. They're going to pause it and they're going to do one step at a time, right? Tutorials, typically, are going to be longer than, 8 seconds or a minute or 5 or 10 minutes, right? So my spin on why no one is watching your videos, when they say they're too long, yeah, in many cases, people have videos that are, or create videos that are too long. But again, that's subjective to what the consumer of content is looking for. The number one thing you should focus on regarding the length of your videos is, who are you trying to target? And if you were looking for the same type of content, would you watch this for 30 minutes or 20 minutes? Or would you only watch it for 5 or 10 minutes, right? So you have to take each, aspect that you discuss at face value and think of how your audience is going to respond to it. Are they going to watch it all the way through? Or can you do the same thing in 5 or 10 minutes and get a better chance of them watching it all the way through? All right, let's go down to number 2. But before we do that, let me see if anyone's chatting in the chat. Okay, nope, we're good. Okay. You're going after the wrong audience. Oh boy, I gotta tell you, I learned that one the hard way. And then when you figure out that you were going after the wrong audience and you try to leave, sometimes the wrong audience is going to continue chasing you down for years and continue to troll you. Some people just won't go away. They're like a fly buzzing in your ear. Buzz, 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 right? I love puppy videos. You love puppy videos. Everyone loves puppy videos because they're nice and cute and cuddly, and they have those puppy dog eyes, right? But what the heck do they have to do with your brand? Probably nothing. But what she's trying to say here is it's going to create an emotional response. Like, that gives me a great idea. I may just put a nice, cute puppy on my thumbnail tomorrow, despite what I talk about, or regardless of what I talk about. Because the ladies will see it and they'll be like, oh, that's such a cute little puppy. And then I'm going to click on that thumbnail and go watch Eli's video or live stream. Pretty clever, huh? Whenever you create visual content, that's a question you need to ask yourself. What the heck does this have to do with my brand? If it has nothing to do with your brand and your audience is there regarding your brand, they're going to be like, why are you talking about this? This is not what I signed up for, right? You have to take that into consideration. And while there might be a way to incorporate a puppy into that, like I just said, I might just throw a cute little transparent puppy on my thumbnail tomorrow, regardless of what I talk about, just to trigger an emotional response, primarily from the ladies. But some guys will respond to it too. Nothing wrong with a strong alpha male thinking a puppy's cute. I think puppies are cute as hell. I love dogs. Okay. And while there might be a way to incorporate a puppy into that, it has to be relevant to your audience. Well, it will trigger an emotional response because I'm a business and personal relationship coach. And part of what I help people with involves helping them get a better grip on their emotions and helping men understand women's emotions better and helping women understand a man's emotions, or, that men typically naturally look at things from a logical standpoint first and then respond to things possibly emotionally afterwards. Women, will respond to everything emotionally based on how they're feeling at the present moment, and then afterwards they will reason with logic. So that's the way I could provide relevancy to putting a cute puppy in any one of my thumbnails, because it's triggering an emotional response. And part of what I do is help people, better understand emotion in action, right? Okay. When you set out to create a video marketing strategy, one of the most crucial things to consider is what your target audience wants to watch. Exactly. You got to know your audience and give your audience what they're there for. And if you created your channel with a purpose that attracted that initial audience, as long as you maintain your channel in the way you initially created it, then you're good. You got to feed your audience what they came there for. Current and prospective customers alike, entertainment aside, what's going to be helpful to them, right? What's going to help you regarding this? If you're a small YouTuber, it might awaken you to have a better understanding of why your channel's not growing, of why you have 1,000 subscribers, and when you run a live stream, you only have 2 people there. Well, first of all, most of you did sub for sub to get there, and so, most of your subscribers are dead empty subscribers. But even if you have, 30 to 50 people that are active on your channel, if you run boring live streams, they might tune in for a second, and then they're like, I'm bored as hell, I'm out of here. That's what they're going to do. Put yourself in their shoes. What if you went to a boring live stream? Do you want to watch boring content? No. So if you don't enjoy watching boring content yourself, then why create boring content to your audience and then complain that you're not getting any viewers on your live streams or views on your videos, right? Anyway, let's continue here. Where am I at? What's going to get their attention, make them glad that they let you borrow their brains and answer the questions that brought them to your content in the first place? What I do here is I make my live streams very interactive. I love going back and forth with the chat. And I also love bringing people on live on the air through Google Hangouts, through audio and video, through Google Hangouts. So what I do is I open up the door to my house to anyone, as long as they're not a troll or a hater, as long as there's someone that's here for the right reason, right? And they're looking to learn what I'm offering and what I'm teaching. All right. Number 3. You're using the wrong channel. When people think of video marketing, often the first thing that comes to mind is YouTube. Well, that's where I'm at right now, sweetheart. YouTube is the place to be, right? And that's not a wrong assumption to make. Well, it's the largest video platform on the planet, owned by the largest search engine in the world, Google. And that's not a wrong assumption to make. Of course not. After all, about a third of all internet users, all of them, use YouTube. Yeah, and then the rest use Google, which owns YouTube. So this is a place to be. But YouTube isn't the only place where videos are consumed, and it is not the only place where you'll find your target audience. Consider that 45% of people, for instance, watch more than an hour of videos on either YouTube or Facebook. On top of that, Facebook is the most popular social media channel, with 79% of all U.S. online adults using it. So if you're focusing on YouTube alone and not creating original video content on Facebook, well, you might be missing out on a key portion of viewers. Yeah, no, Facebook is phenomenal to share your videos. You can share your YouTube videos on your timeline, or you can even create videos. You can re-upload them there. I used to upload stuff to Facebook as well, but I don't do that anymore because I want the views on my YouTube channel. The more views you get, the more the algorithm is likely to recommend your videos to other audiences because you're gaining more traction. I actually don't really use Facebook that much anymore. I'm going to start using it more again. I mean, I have 4,200 Facebook friends. I have a real network, in-person network on Facebook. And I used to have my Facebook completely public. But when I realized how crazy the trolls and haters are out here, and that some of these people will make content out of anything and everything regarding YouTubers like me, and I had to put it on lockdown because they would go to my Facebook page and they would get my pictures and show my pictures on their live streams, and they would try to dissect my personal life and talk about it, and I didn't want to give them that anymore. So I locked it down to friends only. Now, if you're going to be a YouTuber and a public figure and you show your face and you use your real name like myself, you have to understand, there are people out there that are going to scrutinize you and criticize you. They're going to run background checks on you. They're going to try to find out and probably find out where you live. Okay. They're going to go to your social media and they're going to, talk about you, and they're going to try to, use you as their content. In essence, they're going to try to be like the TMZ, right? And to be honest with you, a lot of people do that. And that's nothing different than what the tabloids do for the Hollywood stars. But in my case, it's become an obsession for a few creators that are my trolls and haters. And they make almost every single piece of content on me. So they're looking for anything and everything under the sun to discuss about me because they have an audience that doesn't like me, and they have an audience that's pretty much almost 100% there just to see these creators attack me in any way, good, bad, or indifferent. So I had to lock down my Facebook. But who knows? Maybe I'll put it public again. I'll put some things public again. Maybe I'll keep my very private stuff to friends only, and I'll start making some public posts that I want everyone to see. And that's the way I'm going to do it. But Facebook is a great platform to share, your YouTube videos. My personal opinion here, if you're trying to grow on YouTube and you upload the same video to YouTube and Facebook, that's going to more so hurt you than help you. Because what if your friends watch your video on Facebook instead of YouTube, right? You're not going to get the views on your YouTube channel. And that's going to hurt you from being further recommended through the YouTube and Google system. And Facebook does not have nearly the amount of monetary perks that YouTube and Google have. So I would rather give the majority of my traffic to YouTube and Google because they have the absolute best monetization platform to run a business based off of video. Now, Facebook is working on some things, and Facebook video has come around quite a ways. But it's still nowhere near what YouTube and Google can offer. So use Facebook to share your YouTube links, to share your YouTube channel, and stuff like that. But in my opinion, if I was ever going to use Facebook video again, it would be to make an occasional 1 or 2 minute video to my Facebook audience. Say, hey everyone, how you doing? Sorry, I've been around here in a while. I've been more so focused on YouTube, but if you want to come join me on my YouTube channel, here's the link below in the description section, in the comments section. All right, so if you're focusing on YouTube alone and not creating original video content on Facebook, well, you might be missing out on a key portion of viewers. I agree with her to a certain extent. Use Facebook to promote your YouTube stuff. If you put the same content out there on Facebook that you put on YouTube, you're taking away from your YouTube views. That's the bottom line. And if you're going to create different content for Facebook and different content for YouTube, like why would you create content if you're a monetized YouTube channel and you're running a business? Why wouldn't you want all of your content to go on a platform that can yield you the most, return financially? Just saying. But where you post videos also depends on who you're trying to reach. Generation Z, for example, one of the youngest online demographics, can't live without YouTube. Well, I love YouTube. I think everybody loves YouTube. I don't think it's just Gen Z. It's Gen Z, Gen Y, the millennials, and Gen X, myself. Gen Z, post-millennials, I generation. The teeny boppers of the world and younger. According to Adweek, and is over 1.4 times more likely to consume content on that channel than on Facebook. Yeah, because Facebook is more of a platform that adults use. Facebook, until you get into your high school years, I don't think Facebook is a productive tool for the young kids because they're not mature enough to use it. And I'm not saying that when you get to high school, you're fully mature, but, once you reach 15, 16, you're a lot more mature than 8, 9, or 10, right? That's why it is helpful to figure out where the different segments of your target audience spend their time online, which can help dictate what kind of video you're going to create and where it will be shared. The Pew Research Center's annual social media update is especially helpful for that, which breaks down who's using what. Have a look and figure out based on who you want watching your videos. You need to broaden or narrow your content distribution. My personal opinion is use other platforms to promote your YouTube channel and YouTube content. If you're going to create videos on other platforms, even Twitter now allows you to create short videos, right? If you're going to create those videos, use those videos. Say, hey everyone, on Twitter, I'm going to be going live on YouTube today discussing this. I hope to see you all there. The link to my YouTube channel is below, right? In the tweet, right? Okay? That's it. Use it that way. It's called cross-promotion. Use it that way. But again, if you're going to put the exact same content on multiple platforms, you're taking away from the number one platform that's going to make you the most return on your investment. And while, creating content isn't all about money, you should make money doing it, especially if you want to do it full time. You got to pay your bills somehow, right? Anyway. So let me check out the chat here real quick. Hey, Queen. I'm not seeing any of the hidden messages. The trolls that are currently coming in, are you getting the pop-up box that's holding the message for review so it never makes it into the chat? Like, is that what's happening, Queen? Let me know. Are they being held for review and then you're able to hide them before the message gets to the chat? Because I'm seeing people being hidden or banned, which is great. Good job. But I'm not seeing their deleted messages because I think the pop-up box that says held for review is popping up. I'm curious to know because that would be saying that my security that I worked hard to create for this channel is working very well. I banned them. No, I understand that, Queen. But typically when you ban people, it allows you to see their deleted message. And because some of the people I see that have been banned, I don't see their deleted message. What I'm asking you, when they try to initially chat, are you getting a pop-up box that's saying this message has been held for review? And it gives you the show or hide buttons, right? Let me know if that's happening because that'd be great because then my security is working very well. But great job. All right, we've been on the air for 1 hour and 8 minutes. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little break. Yes, I am. Okay, great, Queen. What I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to cue up some music and come back and discuss. Whoops. I just did something here. Hold on. I went to the wrong screen. There we go. I'm going to come back and discuss the final 3 aspects. And then if anyone has any questions, we'll get to your questions. Or if anyone wants to pop on, you can pop on. So let me just cue up some music here. Give me a second. Let me see here. What do I want? Let's see. All right, folks. I'll be back in about 5 to 7 or 8 minutes. Do not go anywhere. I love that coffee. Love that coffee. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah. I want you all to feel it. Get on up and dance. Shake it around. That's going to get your juices flowing, folks. Listen, I want to make you all feel good about yourselves. That's part of the problem here. If you don't feel good about yourself, you're not going to be able to accomplish anything. I know this is loud. Let me turn it down a little bit. Come on and dance with me. Queen Helen Casey's loving it. She's loving it. That's right. That's right. All right, all right, all right. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube, the world's most awesome platform where you'll get a little bit of this and a little bit of that, a little entertainment. You'll even get some truth bombs. You know, over here in my neck of the woods, you will always be entertained while getting those mofo truth bombs! Now, folks, can you feel my energy there? Now, what if I did the same thing and I said, hello, everyone. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube, the world's most awesome platform where you can get a little bit of this and a little bit of that. You can get some entertainment. And over here, I entertain people while throwing down truth bombs. Do you hear the difference and see the difference, right? What makes you feel good? What makes you feel like you want to pay attention? What keeps you awake? Obviously, when I come back from a break, I get all fired up because I want to fire you up. I want to keep you awake. I want to keep your juices flowing so that way I have your attention and I can help you accomplish whatever it is that your heart desires. And that's just another example of why some people are not getting the traction on their live streams or videos. Okay? Because you're a snooze fest. That's the bottom line. I got to keep it real. I'm not trying to attack you. I'm not trying to criticize you. Maybe constructively I am. But I want to see every one of you be successful, and you're not going to be successful being a snooze fest. I'm telling you that. You are not going to be successful being a snooze fest. You bore people, you're out of business. Being boring will put you out of business quicker than anything. I got to tell you that, folks. If you learn one thing about this stream tonight, if you're going to walk away with one thing, being boring or being a snooze fest is going to put you out of business quicker than anything. Heck, even making a fool out of yourself is entertaining, right? Now, I don't suggest you making a fool out of yourself unless that's what your content is, unless you're one of those quirky entertainment, comedian type of channels where making a fool out of yourself is your genre, then I can understand that. Now, I've made a fool out of myself a time or two or three or four out here on YouTube. I've made mistakes in the past, but people were thoroughly entertained by it, right? You have to connect with your audience emotionally. You have to trigger that emotional response in order for people to want to, invest time into watching you because they have so many other options where they can invest their time, including other live streams or pre-recorded YouTube videos. So how are you going to stand out? What is the difference of viewing you compared to someone else, even if you're doing the exact same thing, right? I like to call myself an unconventional life coach. I am not conventional at all. I am not, because I'll be the first person to call people out. Not because I want to attack you, not because I want to hurt you, because I want you to learn what's holding you back from creating greatness regarding whatever you want to accomplish. That's the bottom line. It's plain simple. All right. So Queen Helen Casey, did you like my little dance on the way back in? Where's everyone else tonight, Queen? Where's Devil's Queen and Terry's GG and G? Maybe they're watching quietly. And the rest of the crew. Colin's Trivia, aka Colin Butters. They're probably gonna catch the replay. But anyway, let's get back to the blog that I was reading. Let's go back to that page. And we're talking about, 7 reasons why no one watches your videos. And we're at number 4 right now. I don't know where they are. Well, maybe they think my stream is boring, Queen. Maybe they tuned in for a second and they're like, oh, Eli's snoozing me tonight. He's putting me to sleep, all right, Queen? Queen, let me ask you a question. Are you seeing value within this stream? Does talking about topics like these, for other small YouTubers like yourself, like you and myself, does this give you a different perspective? I'm just curious to know. I'll get back to chat in a few. Let's continue here. Number 4, you're not promoting them on other channels, meaning you're not promoting your videos on other channels. Let's say you create original content video on Facebook. Don't just leave it there because that limits its viewability. Well, I would definitely put it on YouTube and use Facebook to put some teasers out there. Maybe if you have a 10 or 20 minute video, use Facebook to give a 1 to 2 minute teaser clip and then say for the rest of the video, click the link below to go to my YouTube channel, right? Then they're going to go watch the rest of that video if that teaser clip was well done, right? And then they might subscribe to you at the same time, right? And on Facebook, you're not only limited to your audience on your timeline. Some people have a large Facebook audience, like I do, 4,200 people. The maximum amount of people you can be friends with on Facebook is 5,000. I have 4,200 friends, which is quite a lot, but not everyone has a personal audience on Facebook that large. But what you can do is join Facebook groups. There are YouTube groups out there. There are groups regarding your own particular genre out there. There are many aspects of Facebook where you can go and share that video clip. You upload that video clip to your Facebook, personal page. You put it to public so that way everyone can see it. And then you go and you share that video link in a group page. Now, you want to make sure you read the rules because, some group pages don't allow self-promotion and they will ban you from the group page if you violate the rules. But some of them will allow you to share stuff as long as you contribute to other people as well. Just read the rules and follow the rules and you're good to go. But doesn't that go against what you just said about using the right channel? On the surface, maybe. But here's the thing. Repurposing that Facebook video for other channels can help to drive both engagement and traffic. Well, what I would say is repurpose your YouTube video. Use YouTube, in my opinion, as the platform that hosts your entire video or videos. And then use Facebook, create little clips, learn how to do editing, use Adobe Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro if you're on a Mac, or whatever, video rendering software you use or video editing software you use. And cut out a 2-minute clip, a teaser clip, and use that on Facebook and other platforms such as Twitter to get people to watch the teaser clip, get them emotionally engaged. So you got to get the right part of the video to get them to want more. A great way to do it is create a cliffhanger, kind of like a lot of regular TV shows do. You're watching a clip, and then something's about to happen, and then boom, fade out to watch the rest of this video. Go to my YouTube channel. Here's the link to that video below, and make sure you subscribe and bang the bell while you're there. That's it. That's it. That's all you have to do. Here's where something like Instagram can be a great resource. Now that verified accounts have the option of adding links to their story posts. That's the thing at the bottom that usually says see more, below an upwards pointing caret arrow. It serves as another vehicle for driving traffic to a site you want more engagement. So use Instagram as well to drive traffic to your YouTube channel. I agree. You can now add links to Snapchat stories too. Yeah, there's so many places you can promote your stuff, folks. If you're not getting the views and watch time and the traction on YouTube, you are just not utilizing every single free resource out there that can help you gain more traction. And in my opinion, you're being lazy too. That's another story. We'll do a live stream on laziness soon. That'll be a great topic. Check out how HubSpot used video on its Instagram story to drive traffic to Facebook in the way we're describing. We're not going to play that video here. Okay. You don't have to create an entirely new video from scratch for something like this either. You can take the most attention-grabbing 15-second clips of your longer video. Well, I was saying that. I would probably say, depending on the size of your video, I would probably take about 10 to 15%. You know, if you have a 1-minute video you're trying to get people to view, then yes, a 10 to 15-second clip, you know, would be perfect. But if you have a 10-minute video, you know, a 1 to 1.5 minute teaser clip would probably be better, in my opinion. So depending on the length of your video, your actual full-length video that you upload to YouTube, okay, you want to take 10 to 15% of that and then give a good teaser clip with a great cliffhanger at the end, and then let them know where they can go to watch the rest of it. And let them know that they can also subscribe when they go there. And use them to build a cohesive series of shorter videos to use as Instagram story segments to drive traffic to where you want visitors to go, aka YouTube. You want them to go to YouTube, subscribe, bang the bell, select all notifications, send you super chats, super stickers, buy memberships, right? You got to get them to where it's going to make the most sense, which in my opinion for video is YouTube. Whether that's to a full-length video or other content, send them to YouTube. This is my opinion. There's no better platform to create video and to live stream on than YouTube. All right, number 5. Queen Helen Casey. Smash the like button for Eli. Okay. Well, you never answered my question, Queen, regarding getting value. But that's okay. That is okay. Let's go back. Number 5, the title is misleading. You might be familiar with the term clickbait. The use of attention-grabbing titles that trick people into clicking on something only to take them to content that doesn't really have anything to do with the title. People love using clickbait on YouTube through their thumbnails. That's a big no-no and can lead to serious penalties on SEO and certain social media sites. Facebook, for example, announced in May that it would be taking measures to remove clickbait from users' feed. And YouTube does the same thing. And they'll strike your channel for that. You can get a community guideline strike for clickbait. Or if you do it often enough, and if you do it very, very if you violate it in a very serious manner, they can even terminate your account. I wouldn't mess with that. I would not mess with that at all. Now, give me just 1 second here. Let me just check something here real quick. Now, on my thumbnail for this show, to give you an example of how to create a proper thumbnail. Well, let me first read the title of the stream again. Okay, the title of the stream is Why No One is Watching Your Videos. Plus, ask Coach Eli anything, general subscriber hangout. That's a bonus. But the main part of the topic is why no one is watching your videos. And on the thumbnail, it says Major Snooze Fest. Is that clickbait? No. Why is it not clickbait? Because that is the most important reason. That is the main reason, which is what I'm trying to say, why people are not watching your videos, because you're a major snooze fest, right? You don't have to create your thumbnail to say the exact same thing as your title. You want to create your thumbnail to incite an emotional response from people out there. So that way they click on it. But once they show up, you have to make them aware of what you mean by major snooze fest. And what I mean by it is why no one is watching your videos. Now, if they're smart and they're great marketers like myself, they'll put two and two together and say, okay, well, the thumbnail says Major Snooze Fest. The title says why no one is watching your videos. They put two and two together and they're like, okay, the reason why no one is watching your videos is because you're a major snooze fest. You're boring as hell, right? All right. In other words, while it might seem tempting like giving your video a click-worthy title, if it doesn't actually describe your content, you'll ultimately be punished for it, like I was saying, yes. And even if it doesn't immediately get you removed from social media channels or lower your search engine, ranking, SERP, it'll tarnish your brand. That's right. People will say, this guy's creating misleading titles. I came here to watch this and hear this, and it's something completely different. The next time you put out a video or a live stream and they see one of your thumbnails, they're going to be like, I'm not going to watch this dude or this chick because they're dishonest with their marketing. You don't want to do that. Not only will it, get you shut down off that platform eventually if you keep doing it. Of course, they'll probably warn you first most of the time. You're going to lose the trust and respect of your current audience. It'll tarnish your brand. Once the user sees that you're applying misleading titles to your videos, she or he, don't forget the dudes. I know it was a woman that wrote this, but that's okay. She'll likely associate you with unauthentic content. Unauthentic content. Content that is not authentic. You're trying to fabricate views. If you're a real person and your purpose is to get your actual purpose out there, why would you do something that has nothing to do with your purpose? And if your audience is there to consume your content based off your purpose, why would you give them something different that they're not going to want, and then they're going to leave? It also just makes sense to have your title closely match what the viewer is searching for. You're creating the video content that's providing a solution to the user's query. That's right. People are looking for things, right? Now, if you have an actual audience already, you want to cater the content to your audience, right? And if you've done it right from the beginning, your audience was there initially from the beginning based on what you were providing and have kept on providing, right? And then you also want to create your content in a way where other new people that happen to get recommended your video down the road will want to check it out as well. You have to take all that into consideration. You have to take your current audience into consideration and a newer audience that you're trying to build through YouTube search, Google search, and YouTube recommending your content to people outside of your regular audience. Plus, research conducted by Backlinko found that videos with an exact keyword match in the title have a slight advantage over those that don't. Backlinko is actually a YouTube channel I follow. I forgot the guy's name that owns that company and runs that channel, but they do some good work. So Backlinko, Backlinko, you see it right here. Do a YouTube search and search for that channel. It's a great channel to follow if you want to learn how to get better traction through search on YouTube and on Google. And he also discusses, getting traction on your blogs and websites, etc. It's a great channel to follow. Hey, Queen. Yeah. I think you see what I just did there, Queen. Just, you know who that is. Some people, Queen, on a side note here, folks, I've given some people so many chances and they keep blowing it, right? They keep coming in here and projecting onto me. And the bottom line is, or projecting on people within my streams. No, I know, Queen. You knew exactly what I was going to do anyway. But, that's the third time this dude's tried to come back after being banned on his main channel. And I've gone back and forth with this person many times in the past. It's like, look, after a while, it's a pattern. And that defines who you are. So, for anyone that's been banned on this channel, and you want to keep coming back on as many sub counts as you want, that's on you. We're just going to keep banning you. I'm just trying to let you folks know, don't waste your time. Don't spin your wheels. You had your opportunities. Many of you have had many chances, and you keep blowing it. So that's that. All right, let's go down here. Finally, be sure to also keep your titles short. HubSpot content strategist Alicia Collins recommends limiting it to 60 characters to help keep it from getting cut off in results pages. YouTube allows you to use up to 100 characters. But they do say the sweet spot is 60 characters. You know why? Because when search engines like Google crawl your YouTube channel and share your videos on Google, it only shows the first 60 characters on the search result that's clickable. Now, does that mean you can't go over 60 characters? No. A lot of the times I do go over 60 characters. That's because I have an audience already, created, and I want to put more information on there for them to see. But my advice, from what I've seen that works, is that if you're going to use more than 60 characters, let's say you use the entire maximum amount of 100 characters of your YouTube channel, what you want to do is cater the first 60 characters to an audience outside of your main audience, because your audience that's already pre-built probably has subscribed to you. They bang the bell, they get your notifications. They're going to show up because they just like you already. But you want to cater the first 60 characters, if you do create a title longer than 60 characters, to a potential new audience. So again, let me give you the example of my title. My title of my stream is Why No One Is Watching Your Videos, plus Ask Coach Eli Anything, General Subscriber Hangout number 58. Once Google crawls this stream when it goes to a replay out here on YouTube, it's going to show the first 60 characters. It's going to say, why no one is watching your videos, and maybe part of the plus Ask Coach Eli, right? But it's going to cut everything else off unless you click on it. So whatever part you want a general audience to see, including a potential new audience, write your titles with the first 60 characters based on that. And then if you want to add a little extra to show your existing audience, because look at my title. Why no one is watching your videos? Everyone will be interested in that, whether they're a part of my channel or not. But then I put plus Ask Coach Eli Anything, which could go to anyone. But then I put General Subscriber Hangout number 58. Well, if they're not a subscriber, how's that going to cater to them, right? So I want them to see the part that's crawled by Google, or if you share your video or stream link to another platform, it's only going to show the first 60 characters. I want people that are potential new subscribers and supporters to see that part. So you write that in with your first 60 characters. Now, sometimes you may write a short title. I've done short titles that are 60 characters or less, but sometimes I put more, like I said, for my current audience. That's just my opinion on it. Number 6, you're not optimizing it. Giving your video an accurate, clear, and concise title is just one part of optimizing it. Here's where YouTube becomes a major player again, since it provides one of the most detailed levels of optimization of most video sharing platforms. Below, we describe some of the most important things to optimize on YouTube. I'm not going to read all of these because we know all these. Description. Make sure you write a description, right? Tags. Now, while I've heard that tags are not as important as they used to be, which is true, YouTube more so looks at your title, they look at your description, and they look at your thumbnails. I still suggest putting tags in there because they can help you and help the YouTube algorithm better learn how to serve your video. And that can help you get potential new subscribers and supporters. Category. Choosing the category is another way to group your video with similar content on YouTube. But that might not be as simple as it sounds. YouTube's Creator Academy suggests that marketers think about what is working well for each category. You're considering by answering questions like, who are the top creators within the category? What are they known for, and what do they do well? Are there any patterns between the audiences of similar channels within a given category? Do the videos with a similar category have share qualities like production value, length, or format? Now, my category is people and blogs, and I've been thinking about changing it for a while because I had that on my former channel, and I have it on this channel as well. So I'm going to go and look at, the category of my videos, because that can affect your searchability and hitting the right audience. So you definitely want to go into your YouTube settings and set the right category for your content. That way it gives YouTube more information at a general level of what your content is about and who to serve it to more often. And last but not least, number 7, it doesn't make the viewer feel anything. I'm going to repeat that one more time. It doesn't make the viewer feel anything. The Devil's Queen's in the house. Hey, Devil's Queen, how are you doing? Welcome to the show. Glad to have you on board. How you doing, girl? Devil's Queen says, hey, Eli. Queen Helen Casey, the other queen. Hello, Devil's Queen. Devil's Queen says, hey, Queen. All right. 25 in the box. Thank you so much for being here. Wow, pretty good average watch time, I'll tell you that. Average view duration. They now call it average watch time in the new YouTube live control room, in the new YouTube studio. It used to be called average view duration. Well, that's what it actually is. It is actually average view duration. But, you know, YouTube is more so focusing on the word watch time. I get it. All right. It doesn't make the viewer feel anything. Yeah, you need to trigger an emotional response and connect and relate with your audience emotionally for them to buy into you and to keep coming back. That's why the people within my audience keep coming back. I've connected with them emotionally. And I provide value to them. After I've watched a video, I want to feel something, whether it's smart, sad, amused, or generally better off. That's called triggering an emotional response. I don't want to feel like I don't want to feel like I've just completely wasted my time. The moment that any creator out there realizes this, it's going to solve your issue of why you're not getting the traction you feel you should be getting. Let me read that again. I don't want to feel like I've just completely wasted my time. Who likes having their time wasted? I know I don't. So yeah, I like to focus on videos in the same ways that the lady that wrote this blog does. Whether it's smart, sad, amused, or generally better off, I don't want to feel like I've completely wasted my time. And while some might label the aforementioned puppy video as non-productive, the fact that they likely improved my mood means that it wasn't the worst use of a few minutes. You know why? Because women respond to everything emotionally based on how they're feeling in the present moment. So, you know what? If I created a video with a cute little puppy dancing around and I played, some funky beat to this puppy dancing around, it would trigger the emotional response from most, if not all, women. Now, I don't know if the guys would get a kick out of it. I don't know. Maybe some would. But the bottom line is women are emotional beings. They like cute things. They like cute guys. They like cute puppies. Women like cute stuff. They like the cutesy-wootsy stuff, right? So even if that video provides zero value, it's triggering an emotional response because the puppy's cute and it's dancing. It's a stupid video, but it's triggering an emotional response, and it's comical, right? Just think about that. And remember what we said before about people being short on both time and attention. Absolutely. In this modern world that we live in, people have zero attention span. Well, not quite, but pretty close to it. And we're limited on time because both men and women are working. Everyone's busy doing something. We have technology in our hands with these smartphones that occupy all of our time all day, every day. We are competing for attention spans, folks. Keep that in mind. There's nothing that will keep viewers from coming back more than leaving them feeling like they didn't gain anything from watching your video content. Let me repeat that again. There's nothing that will keep viewers from coming back more than leaving them feeling like they didn't gain anything from watching your video content. Very critical there. Very, very crucial. Very critical. Oftentimes, emotions can influence buying decisions. I've been talking about emotions the whole entire time. It's triggering an emotional response, and I'll be honest with you. Although it's much easier to trigger an emotional response with women because women, are biologically more emotional than men. Women are emotional all day, every day. It's normal. For men, we do have emotions, but we look at things logically first. But that doesn't mean if we see a cute puppy dancing around to a funky song that we're not going to be triggered emotionally. Just because men don't react to everything emotionally out of the gate doesn't mean at some point we won't, right? We have emotions too. We just handle and process our emotions differently than women do. But folks, let me tell you, remember the word emotion, and remember connecting at an emotional level with your audience. That's huge. Oftentimes, emotions can influence buying decisions, especially when there's a story involved. I share stories all the time. Storytelling, real life experiences to back up what you're stating. Share those stories with your audience. Connect with them at that emotional level. So when you create video content, it can help to have an impartial audience preview it before you make it public, like a friend or a colleague from a different department. I would disagree on that because those people your friends and family are the worst critics in my opinion because they're going to be biased or they're going to say, well, that's not made for you. You're wasting your time. You should go and do something else, blah, 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 right? But that's her opinion. She's entitled to it. I'm entitled to mine. Like, why would a friend or a colleague or family, be a great preview audience when their opinions are going to be skewed and biased in some way? So that's the one part that I'll critique this constructively and say that I disagree with that. That's just my opinion. Remember what the intention was behind the video. It was meant to be helpful, moving, and entertaining. Okay. Then after your friend watches it, ask if it made her feel the way you hoped it would. Well, let's say that your friend thinks your video sucks, and then your friend tells you that your video sucks. Is that what you really want to hear? Now, if you're truly a strong person and you're open to constructive feedback like I am, then that's fine. But I got to tell you, your friends, colleagues, and family members are going to have the most biased and skewed opinions about you. A lot of times, they'll tell you your video is great even if it sucks because they don't want to hurt your feelings. So I disagree with this method here. You got to test market your product by just doing videos and seeing what sticks with an impartial audience. Anyway, sorry, I had to check something out real quick here. All right. If her response lacks enthusiasm, that's a good indication that it might be time to start over. Okay, well, I've shared enough of my opinion regarding that last paragraph. And remember, emotions are what make people want to share something. Emotion. Motion in action. Emotion. Motion in action. If you want people to take action and come to your live streams or view your videos and keep coming back, you got to trigger an emotion. The best way to do it is to connect with your audience and relate to them at an emotional level. Same thing when you're in a dating relationship. Both the man and the woman need to connect at an emotional level for there to be something there. If not, then you're just hooking up and doing what. And while I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life, I'm not into the one night stand kind of thing. I love the deep connection with a woman. So when I'm looking to meet a woman to date, I'm looking to connect with her and relate to her at an emotional level. It's the same concept when you're creating videos. Connect with your audience at an emotional level. And you got to be genuine about it. If you try to fake emotion, it's going to come off as unnatural. People will read right through that. Devil's Queen, I'm okay. My family have been ordering custom jewelry again. Oh, great. Devil's Queen, I know lots of straight men who go on emotions, then logic. Hence, my ex did that. Well, again, Devil's Queen, like I keep saying, a man that reacts to everything emotionally based on how he's feeling in the present moment is in essence acting like a woman. That's not a masculine man. That's not a masculine man. It's not. That's a pussified man. That's what we call him, right? So there are many men that do behave in that way, but that is not normal masculine behavior. That is not normal masculine energy. That's feminine energy. Now, if you're talking about gay men, that's a different story. Gay men, have more feminine type of qualities. Nothing wrong with that. That's just how they choose to be. No disrespect. They're going to look at everything more based on how they're feeling emotionally in the present moment. But for a straight man, it is not normal. It is not masculine energy. Anyway, let's move forward here. I'm going to be wrapping this up soon. All right. So again, remember, emotions are what make people want to share something. It is what makes watching video more of an experience than an occurrence. They want to feel it. That's what I keep saying. It makes watching video more of an experience than an occurrence. So you don't want to make it more of an event. You want to make it more of an experience where someone feels something or many things. And what will make the viewer want to remark on it to others. So doing what you can to make sure your viewer feels something in response to your video doesn't just provide her with value. Him or her. You keep forgetting him. It makes her more likely to share it. It makes him or her more likely to share it. The number one reason people share videos or postings or whatever on social media is because what you put out there triggered a positive or even a negative emotional response. Sometimes a negative emotional response will get people to share your stuff to say, this guy's an idiot, right? But for the most part, for the positive side of things, triggering a positive emotion in someone that's viewing your content is going to greatly increase the chances that they're going to not only share that particular video or posting, future ones as well, and they're going to keep coming back for more, wondering what you're going to do next to make them feel that emotion they enjoyed feeling when they were there in the first place, right? A word of caution, however, don't make video content that is deliberately offensive or meant to cause highly negative emotions just for the sake of having a reaction. Boy, you're talking about my trolls and haters there. It always leads back to that. What you don't want to do is be like the other side that's been coming at me for years. Let me repeat that again. A word of caution, however, don't make video content that is deliberately offensive or meant to cause highly negative emotions just for the sake of having a reaction. Remember, one of the main purposes behind all of your content, including video, is to associate your brand with something helpful and positively remarkable, not as someone who makes people feel angry or hurt. Boy, I know a few people, quite a few people that I used to feed into in the past that make money doing that. Let me tell you, it's short-lived. It's something that is not sustainable long-term. And it's something that also requires, in my situation, to keep feeding into these people, which I'm not. And the longer I go without feeding into them, the closer they get to having zero response from their audience. Their audience will eventually get tired of it, and that audience will no longer support these people unless they start making different content besides just focusing their content on me. Read that one more time. Remember, one of the main purposes behind all of your content, including video, is to associate your brand with something helpful and positively remarkable, not as someone who makes people feel angry or hurt. And above it said, don't make video content that is deliberately offensive. Boy, we know the king of that. There's one dude that's the king of making video content that is deliberately offensive or meant to cause highly negative emotions just for the sake of having a reaction. Oh man, could not have said that better myself. Have you struggled to get people to watch your videos in the past? How did you address and resolve it? Let us know in the comments, all right? And what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to copy and paste this blog link in the chat in case any of you want to see it here or on the replay. Let me put that in there. There is the link right there, folks. So you can check that out if you want. And let's go back to full screen here. We are at 2 hours and 7 minutes. We'll be wrapping this up shortly. So, folks, you know, if you're a snooze fest or boring, you're not going to get the views on that, live views or pre-recorded video views. And the purpose of this stream tonight was to not attack people and say you're boring as fuck, right? It was to honestly make you aware of what's holding back your channel from taking off. Folks, as a creator, you have to put yourself in the shoes of your audience. You have to look at your content and ask yourself, would you be bored viewing your own content? I'm not bored of my content at all. You want to know? I pretty much watch back most of my streams. Now, the longer ones, I may only watch half of them. But what I do to better myself is I go back and I watch, depending on the length, part of or all of my streams or all of my pre-recorded videos, because I'm doing many things when I do that. Number one, I'm making sure the audio was good, especially on a live stream where I can't tell how the audio is until afterwards. I test it, locally beforehand, but I test it, or I look into it on the replay. I look at the video quality. I also listen to myself. I listen to what I said and how I said it, how I presented that particular topic for that particular stream or video. Okay. I look at my expression. Okay. And I put myself in other people's shoes. And I can gauge whether I'm bored by my own show or video or not. And I'm my own worst critic. I criticize everything about myself that I do because that makes me stronger and better, right? So if I feel my own video is boring or my own live stream is boring, then I can tell you with pretty close to 100% certainty that everyone else that comes across it will feel the same way. I'll say one more thing here before I wrap this up and get on out of here. There are many people, including Muttnuts Reviews, came out here, who's not here right now. I'm sure she'll catch the replay or she'll be back tomorrow. Muttnuts Reviews was saying, initially she would say, why am I not getting the views? My views have gone down. And then I told her on a stream a couple days back, well, why do you think people are not watching your videos? I can tell you why. You're not going to like what I have to say. I love you like a sister, but if you want to truly, change that, you got to identify the issue first. And then she goes in the chat and says, I know my videos are boring. Okay. You answered your own question. So if you're wondering why you're not getting the views, but at the same time, you're able to come out and say my videos are boring. If you think your videos are boring, how do you think I'm going to feel about it or other people? Now, I like you for who you are. And when I support people, whether their content is boring or not, I support them because I know I can help them overcome that. But the first step in making that change is actually identifying the issue that's holding you back. And in many cases, people don't want to hear that because it hurts their feelings. Well, on YouTube, you have two choices, okay? You either fix what the issue is to start getting the traction to make your experience sustainable out here, or, you take offense to people that come out like me and say, your video sucks, your video is boring, you're a snooze fest, right? I'm not saying that to hurt your feelings. I'm saying that because it's the truth. And I'm saying that because I want you to be successful, but you're not going to be successful unless you first identify the situation. Devil's Queen says, I know a lot of straight men who go on emotions than logic. Hence my ex did that. I already read that earlier. Yep. And Devil's Queen furthermore says, it takes time to find videos and channels. You're right. You're right. But even if people find you, because YouTube will put your stuff out there, it's just that not everyone is going to click on your thumbnails unless they're engaging. They're not going to, stick around because maybe what you promised in the title is different than what you did. Or maybe you're not delivering your message the proper way. So anyway, folks, we've been on for 2 hours and 12 minutes. I'm going to get on out of here, folks, and I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a regular day. I'll probably do a walking stream and then another in-studio stream. And I'll get with the moderators tomorrow, maybe later tonight if anyone's around. And I'd like to see if maybe we can do a panel show tomorrow or sometime this week and start working on interviewing the rest of the moderator crew. That would be great. All right. So with that being said, I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you to all the moderators in the chat. Queen Helen Casey was here. Devil's Queen was here. And thank you to all the other viewers and consumers of content that were here as well. I'm going to get on out of here, folks. Have yourselves a great night. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Good night. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. We're out.